Yes, sir.
So today we're going to learn the next noun, that is common noun. So we have already learned proper noun. So I'm going to the live board now. Okay, so we have already learned the proper noun. So today we'll start with the next noun, number two, that is common noun. So what is common noun? Common noun is the general names, you can say, or the common names of items available around us. So for example, you can say pen, pencil, notebook, cow, table, etc. So now these items we know that these are available around us commonly. Then what is the use of learning this now? So while preparing for your general English subject, these nouns, how to use them, you have to know their proper uses depending on the sentence that you make. For example, let me give you an example here. Suppose if I say pen, I'll use this word pen in a sentence. I have pen. Suppose if I make this sentence, then what makes this sentence incorrect? I have simply used a common noun here, pen. Now, what makes this sentence incorrect? Now, look at this word pen. So, pen is a countable noun, pen, and the plural form is pens. Now, when we make a sentence, when we use a countable noun, then when we use the singular form, we need to add articles, or you can say determiners. Now, what are the articles? A and the determiners. Words like this, that, my, etc. Now, in this particular sentence, I have a pen. We need to add an article here. I have a pen. I have pen is incorrect. We have to add I have a pen. So we need to learn such things while learning this common noun. Next, moving on. So don't worry. I'll provide you the notes also. Next, when common nouns are used, we have to learn a particular situation of noun. That is, common nouns are categorized under countable nouns and you can say non-countable or uncountable nouns. Countable nouns such as, suppose if I say cat, pen, boy, etc. Again, in non-countable category like water, air, etc. Now, countable nouns can be used as both singular or plural, but non-countable are used always singular. Now, in countable, like suppose cake can be made plural, cakes. Potato, potatoes. Like in the first class, I mentioned about this. Suppose if I say I bought potato or potatoes from the market. Now, what you have to keep in your mind, it is not the countable noun or the non-countable noun make singular or plural. Like here, this is commonly used. Like if I say countable nouns are used as both singular as well as plural. Singular and plural. But in case of non-countable, I say non-countable are always singular. These are common general rules. But I have given you an example here. Potato can be made plural as potatoes. But look at the sentence. It is the use of the word in the sentence makes it countable or non-countable. For example, in this sentence, I bought potato or potatoes from the market. What you will use? Potato or potatoes? Like here, how many potatoes you have bought? You can't say. It makes the noun what? Non-countable. So non-countable are used always for singular. You see, in this sentence, what is correct? In this sentence, potato is correct, potatoes incorrect. So this is what you need to learn. Simply knowing potatoes are made plural as potatoes is not enough. You have to know how to use them in sentences. So this is the idea you have to keep in your mind that when non-countables are used in a sentence, then they are always used in what? Singular form. So moving on next example. Now in common noun, I have already told you that countable nouns are singular and plural. They can be used as both singular or plural depending on your requirements. Then, how these singular and plurals are used? Before going to that, remember presenting a noun singular or as a plural. This comes under the topic noun as number. Now, what is number? Number means the counting numbers. One, two, three. Like this will never end. It goes on. Now, what is singular and what is plural? One is singular. If there is one, it will always be singular. And what is plural? Two is also plural. Three is also plural. So what we will say? More, sorry, two or more, you will say, is plural. Remember, fractional numbers are not plural. For example, 1.5, 1.5. Like if you look at this number, 1.5, 1.5 is more than one, but it is not plural. This is one and a half. It is singular. One and a half is singular. You see, that is why fractional numbers are not plural. But having said this, suppose if there are many halves, like how many halves are there? One, two, and three. That means three halves. Again, this makes it plural. So what I mean to say is that what you are counting should be in similar figures like this. But here you can see 1.5. These are not similar. One is whole and two is fraction. So such numbers in fractional form cannot be made plural. But if there are like fractions in more than one condition, like here, you have three fractions of similar fraction in three numbers, so therefore three halves. Likewise, if there is 3 by there is 3 by 4, 3 by 4. Then again, 2 3 by 4s or 2 3 fourths. You can say 2 2 3 fourths. So these you have to keep in your mind. Now look, we go back to the idea of singular and plural. So moving on to next page. Now remember, singular nouns are made plural using suffixes s, es, ies, ves, or en. So generally we use these suffixes to make a singular noun plural. So normally we use s. For example, boy is made plural as boys. Simply we use s. But remember one thing, you have to pay an attention how the noun ends. For example, here, why we are putting s here, for example, this y, you look at the ending y. This y is preceded by a vowel. So what are vowels? A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels. If there is a vowel in front of y, for example, in this word boy, it simply takes s to make it plural. But you compare this with this word baby. Here, the y and it is preceded by a consonant. The rest of the alphabets other than A, E, I, O, U are consonants. तो जब consonant आएगा y से पहले, then use B-A-B. Now this y changes to I, then we use ES. So like in this word toy, plural will be toys. Key, plural will be keys. But country, you look at this word, y is ending, but it is preceded by r. R is a consonant, so plural will be countries. So such things we have to keep in your mind. Next, where to put es. Es kaha use होंगे? Next page. Remember, nouns ending with ch, ss, you can say ch, or one minute, or simply like yes, x, and more such words like sh, mm, or you can say cch, or z, etc. The words ending in such letter or letters will take es to for plural. Now, singular, plural. For example, torch. Plural will be torches because ch. Kiss. Double s, kisses. Box, x, boxes. So you have to work on this to find out more examples. So this is how we make countable nouns plural. Okay. Now another type of noun ending in f, fe, or lf. So there is no definite rule for this. You have to memorize. May take ces or s. For example, life, fe, life, calf, calves, lf, and what remains f. Word ending in f, like roof. You look at this roof. This word end in f, and it takes handkerchief. Here, this word end in F, but it will be handkerchief. So there is no definite rule for this. Again, chief, plural will be chiefs. So there is no other options than to memorize such words. So how they are made plural. Again, so these are how countable nouns are made plural. Now we'll discuss about the uncountable noun, or you can say non-countable. So this makes interesting. You look at this water. Can you count water? You cannot count water. So therefore, you can never say water is
Okay.